live on Facebook. Good morning,
As
everyone.
well.
Morning Minutes. Michael Burgio, Mark Novak. The window.
And Pablo Picasso next to me on Facebook.
Yes, Pablo Picasso. We're going to be talking about the art of negotiations and basically the difference of having 3 unhappy people, 4 unhappy people. Even the person who buys the property is not happy with how potentially the agent has handled it, and how you can have a happy scenario with all parties, even with the buyers who don't buy the property. I think most agents can relate to a negotiations where they look back and go, oh, I could have done that better. What could I do next time? And this show is all about sharing our experience, how we run a negotiation, especially with multiple buyers, is where a lot of it comes undone. And sometimes agents, they just think about the money rather than the process for themselves, and they rush it, they screw it up, and you get some very unhappy customers who will never buy toilet paper off you again. Mark, tell us about it. Good morning.
Hey man, yeah. Look, this process it's a process, and it's something a buyer can recommend to an agent. It's something a process a seller can recommend to an agent in a negotiation, and so it's a process that other people can use in other businesses. So in a business where there's a product that's particularly competitive to sell, for us, auction scenario is bloody awesome. But if you're not going to do auction, what's the next cab off the rank? Almost like a silent auction, or is there another process that you can use to make everyone equally unhappy or equally happy? I guess it's the same thing. But it's a very, very hard and delicate situation when you get to that negotiation. You love the property, another buyer loves the property, a third buyer loves the property, and you're looking down the barrel of the negotiation saying, shit, what do I do here? And you're hanging on every word and every breath the agent takes to get the inroad to try to understand what your next move's going to be.
Yeah, and yes, it does. Good morning, Nikki. So, and one strategy we implement, we call it the best and fairest internally, and we actually call it to the buyers, best and fairest. And where we implement that, we'll just use an example, and let's say an apartment for sale. We have a live example that had just happened in Narrabeen with Angelo and another member of the team as well. They're selling it now. Where this is implemented and where it works really well, because let's put it this way. Let's say you're guiding 950. The owner wanted $1 million. You got an offer of $1 million.
Let's use this real example. Let's use the real example of that property. So this literally was two days ago. This happened on Monday.
Yep. So basically, it's a 3-bedroom apartment, Narrabeen, but guiding say 1.3. Owner really wanted 1.35, and within straight away there was 4 buyers who viewed it. 4 buyers loved it, and they were all like, "Yeah, we're happy to pay 1.35." Now, where the best and fairest works really well is generally when you're already at the acceptable level the owner's happy to sell at with multiple buyers, because then you've sort of got the dialogue with confidence, the highest offer will buy it. It's a little different when you're not there yet, because you just don't have that confidence that the highest offer will buy it, because you don't know if the owner's going to accept it. So where it happens, where it goes wrong, let's sort of discuss, Mark, where agents screw it up or where everyone gets pissed off is when, let's say they offer 1.35 and then another buyer goes, I would like to buy it. And then the other agent goes, well, I got a 1.35. Then they go, well, I'll offer 1.355. Then the agent goes back to the other buyer going, I got a 1.355. Then they go, I got a 1.36. New buyer comes in at 1.365. And it's just a Dutch auction. Everyone gets pissed off because the agents be like, yep, we're at a level the owner will sell at. So they come to that level thinking they're going to be the buyer. Then another one comes in and everyone just gets angry. Buyers a lot of time will walk away from the deal.
When you're a buyer, how do you know it's true? When you're a buyer, if an agent, so I know you're giving a bad example, but on that bad example, as a buyer, I get it as a buyer, because you're like, I don't know this agent. I don't know this guy. I don't know this other buyer. Is this true? Is this crap? Am I bidding on top of my own bids?
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't sit well with any party. Now, Mark, tell us how we do it. What
Like
would we do in
Picasso.
that scenario? Picasso. Show us the window
Like,
of
like the guy,
opportunity.
like Picasso right next to me on Facebook as my background. Pablo Picasso. Look, guys, the best and fairest system is, and I guess this is for everyone to learn. Whether you're an agent watching, whether you're a buyer watching, whether you're a seller watching, whether you apply it to your industry, it's for everybody to learn. And what we're talking about is the art of negotiation here. This is at the critical point of the purchasing or selling of a property, depending on who you are. It's right at that pinnacle of the negotiation. If the agent negotiates this correctly, he could bag as much as 50, 100, 300,000, whatever the level of price is for the property, more for the seller. If the agent balls this up and stuffs this negotiation, the agent can burn every buyer that's there, because every buyer goes, you know what, screw you, don't believe in another buyer, don't think you've done this ethically, don't trust you, they don't like it. Now, the best way and the art of the negotiation is always face to face.
Yes.
You know, if you've got the ability to negotiate belly to belly with a buyer, you will always extract more money out of that buyer. If you set up a buyer's meeting because they're interested in the property, everybody will turn up. Guaranteed. Why? Because they're spending $500,000 of their hard-earned money, and they will hang on every single word, sentence, breath that you take as an agent, because they want to buy this property. It's important.
Yeah,
So
they're not buying something on Amazon for $2 and it's clicked by.
Well, even if you are buying something on Amazon, look how much time you spend on that property. Now add another 3 zeros or 4 zeros to the back of it. Imagine the time. So at this critical point of the negotiation, at the time to get the owner the highest price in the property, we've got to be belly to belly. You've got to be belly to belly. So as a buyer, if you're watching, get belly to belly with that real estate agent. Hey, I'm interested in making an offer. Can I come and see you? Hey, I'm interested in making another offer. I'd like to come in again. There is not an agent in town that'll say no. And as a real estate agent, if you've got a buyer that wants to do that, and every buyer does, that's what you've got to do. 101. Now the process, best and fairest, Michael, tell us, let's get into that now. So we run this process. We've called it best and fairest because it's the ultimate way to negotiate, where you extract the highest price out of absolutely everyone in there. Now, this is steering away. Another process is auction. I'm not taking away from that process, but if you're not doing auction and you've got a couple of buyers, this is the way we handle it. This is the way we recommend any industry should handle it when you've got a hot potato.
So we get face to face with the clients wherever it is, and you sit the client down, and you just basically be open and honest, which is key. And you say, we've got multiple parties all at a similar level for this property. The owner is definitely very keen to sell. They're motivated. So what we're going to do moving forward to avoid all the Dutch auction back and forth, which a lot of buyers don't like, and then you almost get them to say, you don't like that, do you? And I hate that way. So how do you do it? So we've actually got a letter template, and you got to keep in mind, agents are very good verbally, but a lot of people need writing to digest, to take it away. A lot of people face to face with you will nod and say yes, then they walk away and go, what did he say? So I think as an agent, you've always got to back it up in writing as well. So it's a standard, it's a form. So basically the process will be by close of business at nominated time, morning and mail. I say you meet on Monday, you say by Tuesday, 5 p.m., the best and highest offer will be presented to the owner. And if it's accepted, then we're going ahead with you. Each buyer chooses one figure and only has one chance. Now, what's key in the letter to extract the highest amount of price, and this is where the strategy is very technical and genius. It basically says in the letter, please confirm this is your highest offer, and we basically if we have a higher offer, we will not come back to you and tell you, please confirm you accept this and you agree. Because what does every buyer tell you when they make an offer? Oh, if someone has a higher one, come back to me, which insinuates they will offer more money. So they're not giving you their best offer.
Yep.
By this letter, it basically says, confirm this is your best offer. Because if there's an offer $1 higher, I'm not coming back to you to tell you, because I know you can't offer anymore because you've said it here. Give me your best and sign it. You get the buyer to sign it. So in the event they're not the highest offer, they don't get angry or you didn't give me the opportunity. It avoids all of that, because that is the worst feeling at the end of a deal that's been agreed. A buyer says, I would have paid more. Because one, they may just say it, but it makes the agent, like the agent goes, you didn't do your job. You didn't get the highest offer. Now, where this is great, it's an even playing field, it's transparent. And a lot of the time, like we'll give the example, we had the property was guiding, I think it was 1.3 or 1.35. And 4 offers came in and they were all 50, 70, 80, 100 grand above the guide. And they were truly their best offers. And the owner was ecstatic. Like we've had, we'll just keep with that one example. So then you get the envelope 5, close the business, and you open them all up and you got 1, 2, 3 offers. And the key thing is as well, Mark, is it's got in there, you confirm to exchange straight away. So it's not like someone gives you a really high offer. He goes, oh no, I can't exchange for 2 weeks. It's very key to identify the buyer will have the 10% deposit check, will have the contract ready to exchange straight away. Because there is nothing worse than you have the higher offer and it takes a week to exchange and the other 3 buyers like, well, what's going on? I'll increase it, I'll do this, and it goes to shit. So it's very important to identify that the buyers understand they will not get an opportunity and they have to exchange straight away. Alternatively, we're going with the second offer, whoever exchanges within that couple of hours. That's key.
So if you could take a photo of that and whack it up on Facebook for us, on Novak Live, for anyone, even if you're watching on Insta, whack that up so people can see what we're talking about at the end of, we've got a couple of minutes just to close up, but closing up the nuggets. So what we talked about today is the art of the negotiation, right at that time of attempting to get an offer accepted. As a buyer, you've got, the agent saying, look, it's going to be sold, it's going to be selling, it's going to be sold. You're there.
There's another interested party. They always say that. Buyers always take it with a grain of salt. There's always someone else interested. Are you talking? Yes. And I don't know if it's truthful or not.
You never know if it is. There's always another buyer. But generally, you call bullshit and it sells. You go, damn, and the next time you're a bit sharper. But that's what we're talking about now. And running that process, it's critical. As a buyer, you can ask for this process to be run. It's called best and fairest. As a seller, you can ask for this process to be run. It's called best and fairest. And as an agent, you can run this process. This is typically when it's not auction. It's the best way, and it takes all the bullshit. But don't forget, guys, the art is getting belly to belly with your buyer. You will truly extract more out of your buyer in information, in money, in honesty,
and rapport.
In rapport, and that goes both ways. That you will truly get that if you go belly to belly, and then you run the best and fairest. So what that is, again, in summary, is you are giving a deadline to the prospective purchasers out there. You are giving them all the same deadline, and they will not have an opportunity to increase their offer past that deadline.
And that's the key, Mark. They understand they do not have an opportunity, and the key is they've acknowledged it, and they understand that the agent will not come back to them saying someone else offered more. It's simply going to be exchanged with the other buyer, and thank you very much. That's how you can get 10, 20, 50, 100, $150,000 higher than the guide price, higher than what the all buyers were. Like if you had 4 buyers at 135, I've seen 1.5, like, because the fear, as Luke said,
Narrowband as well was a great example.
Pumping. Narrowband's a great example.
So that one we had in Narrowband on Monday, that went to a best and fairest, and it was quite exciting because we actually wrote the offers on a table. After that, I might pop that into the chat here while we've got it. because it
Yeah,
was a
the
little
fun.
video. So what we did as a team was because this can happen with different agents representing different buyers, which is what happened in our office. But you've got, two, three, four buyers. This circumstance, there was four buyers. They all made their secret offers by 5 o'clock. They did it verbally, by the way. Or some buyers like to come in on that final offer. Then we diplomatically did it as a team. We wrote 1, 2, 3, 4 on a table. And instead of starting with 1 for 1 million, we started with 0 for Angelo even did the cents. And then we worked the cents, the dollars, the $10, $100, $1,000. We worked in on the number and then we wrote that down. It was a bit of fun. I'll put the video in here so you can see what we're talking about. But
yeah,
it's the art of negotiation.
And that's the difference, because the unit below sold for 125 like a week before. So not only did we have the same unit, it got more.
Good point.
It works. And even from where that one buyer was, let's say they sold at 125, we got it up to 1.3, 1.35. The best and fairest got it over 1.4. That's it in a nutshell.
Same unit, same floor plate, same building, one
Same
level
market.
below, same market.
No
one
view,
level below,
so it wasn't a view. It changed it, none of that.
Same. One level below sold for $150,000 less. I attribute this to great agents. I attribute this to the art of negotiation. I attribute this to best and fairest, great database. Furthermore, the property was only on the market for 48 hours.
Beautiful. And that's a wrap. I think we covered it.
Giddy up.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Cheers.
Have a great day.
Bye.
See you, man.